Boo. How's it going, guys? Marty here, and today I want to talk about Halloween. Yes, it's getting to that time of month again and we're getting all spooky, and you know, everyone likes Halloween. It's the spooky season, everyone likes it. And I'm here today to give you some recommendations to spend your Halloween. So the recommendations I'm going to give today is going to be anime, manga, and I'm going to throw a few games in there as well. So let's start off with anime, and the first recommendation I'm going to give is not a particularly scary one, but it's still a good Halloween anime nonetheless, and that is Little Witch Academia. If you want that sort of Harry Potter craving, but through anime form, Little Witch Academia is the thing that's going to scratch that itch of yours. The basic premise of Little Witch Academia is just the story of three magical friends who go to an academy for young witches, and it's just their crazy adventures they have. Like I say, very sort of Harry Potter-esque, but a lot more fun, I'd say, and less dementors. And then on the flip side of that, I'm going to give two more, probably more Halloween scary sort of anime. And the first one I want to give here is Elfen Lied. If you don't already know about Elfen Lied, super notorious, ultra violent, very gory anime, very late 90s sort of style, but it's honestly such an amazing anime if you haven't watched it. The basic premise about this is about a girl. I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it, but she is from the get-go basically, it's clear she has some sort of ability, and she kills a bunch of people. I mean, first episode, within the first 5 minutes, arms are flying off, heads are exploding, and blood is flying everywhere. So if you're not really into the ultra gory, ultra violent stuff, probably give this one a miss. But for those of you who aren't interested, it's really good. You should give it a watch. And the next one I want to give you is not particularly gory like the last one, but just more really unsettling, and that is going to be Serial Experiments Lain. Yet again, a super notorious sort of late 90s, early 2000s anime. Very, very popular. Probably a lot of people have put this as a masterpiece on my anime list that I've seen. It's definitely very good. It's definitely up there. Really, like I say, not really. There is a little bit of violence in it, but it's just more unsettling, more psychological. It kind of delves into how dark and mysterious the internet is, especially at that point. It was very ahead of its time. Like I say, this was sort of a late 90s where the internet was still new and still very well unknown, and it was a lot easier back then for people to hide their identities and really get up to some horrible things. And then we follow a young girl called Lain who gets sucked into this world, and a lot of stuff happens. You've just got to give it a watch to find out what happens. But yeah, if you're looking for something spooky this Halloween, watch Serial Experiments Lain. And then the last anime recommendation I'm going to give is just a bit of a silly one, and that is watch the Ghost Stories dub. It's hilarious, you'll love it. It's got spooky stuff, you know. Originally it was supposed to be quote unquote kind of scary, the Japanese version, but when the American dub got their hands on it, they really just played around with it and did their own thing. Give it a miss if you're easily offended, because the jokes are rather dated. The humour doesn't really stand to modern standards if you're not really how can I put this? Some of the jokes are probably distasteful if you're quite easily offended, but if you're not easily offended, it is hilarious. You should definitely give it a watch, or at least give the clips on YouTube a watch, because there is many of them, hours and hours of funny clips you can watch of it. And now I want to get into manga. For those of you who want to do some reading this Halloween, here are some recommendations for me, and the first one I'm going to give is, it's a bit of a basic pick, but you know, it had to be done, and that is Junji Ito. Not specifically Tomi, this is just the one I've been reading at the moment. I've been really enjoying it. It's about a femme fatale who kind of turns people crazy over her, and they start, you know, doing some crazy stuff. This is a bit of a chunky one. It's a big boy, but it's a really good story. Loving it so far. But if you're not into Tomi, which was Junji Ito's first work he ever did, if you want to read his most popular work, that is Uzumaki, which I haven't read yet, but it's his most popular. It's probably his most popular for a reason. But yeah, anything by Junji Ito, he is, you know, the godfather of horror manga for a reason. So yeah, give any of his works a read this Halloween and you will not be disappointed. And the next one I want to recommend is another big boy. I mean, look at that. That's a big boy, and that is another Another is something I'd never heard about before, but I had been reading stuff online. I was like, I want to read something scary for this Halloween, and this came up, and I've not been disappointed so far. So the basic premise of the story is just about a girl who died at school, and a lot of her classmates and teachers just kind of acted like it never happened. I don't know if it was emotionally scarring towards them. But basically, ever since then, every year the class of 3-3, I think it was, a lot of them mysteriously die, or parts of their family die, and no one can explain it. It's just like a yearly curse sort of thing that's been going on. But yeah, definitely worth a read. You want something scary to read Halloween? Check out another. And the last manga recommendation I'm going to give is also a bit of a joint anime, because it is a new anime this season. It's currently airing. I think there's 4 episodes out as of me filming this, and I have been watching it and I have been loving it. And that is why I went ahead and picked up the first volume. And that manga is Miraco Chan. You know Miraco Chan? I saw it as a seasonal anime. I don't think I watched the first episode when it first came out, but I saw a lot of people talking about, well, to put it bluntly, there was some spicy shots online, and yeah, that might have enticed me a little bit. Yeah, Miraco Chan, I've been watching it since. Episode 4 especially really hits you in the feels. The first 3 episodes do cover this first volume right here, and it's been great so far. You know, it's about a girl who can see spirits, and they're hideous and awful, and her way of dealing with that is just by simply ignoring them. So it's a bit of like a comedy horror. Like, some of the imagery is really, really terrifying. Like, some of these spirits are crazy, nasty looking, and you know, I wouldn't want to walk into them in a dark alley. But you know, it puts that humour twist on that she just kind of ignores them and pretends that they're not there. But yeah, definitely either check the anime out, like I say, it's currently airing, so it's not completed, or even pick up a couple volumes of the manga. It's super enjoyable. It's not very big either. It's very, very thin, easy read. You can probably finish it in 20 minutes if you're a fast reader. But yeah, definitely give it a check. And last but not least, I just want to go over a couple of games that you anime and manga readers might be into. And the first one is another basic pick from me, because I'm a basic person, and that is Doki Doki Literature Club. Obviously super popular on the internet, has been for many, many years now, but that is for a reason. If you didn't already know what Doki Doki Literature Club is, simple premises. It kind of lures you in, pretending to be a dating simulator, and then it quickly goes south when things start getting a bit weird. You can't really quite put your finger on it until everything is just turned crazy, and it's just gone psychological horror on you, and you're just freaking out. There's a lot of great videos from a lot of big YouTubers who have played the game. So yeah, if you don't want to play it yourself, probably watch one of them, check it out. If you're feeling brave enough. I think the base game is free, and there is I did a new version. I think it's called Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, which has got like all the DLC, a few extra characters you can quote unquote date in it. So yeah, support the developer, download the game, pay for Plus or whatever. I think it's even on consoles now, so if you don't have a PC, check it out. Honestly, it's you know, it's so popular for a reason, so give it a play. And the last 2 I'm going to put together because they were made by the same person, called Sen. That is going to be Misao. I think it's called Misao, because it won't be Miso, because that'd be like the soup. So I'm going to say Misao and Mad Father. So let's go over Misao first, and that is a great indie game. Simple premises. A girl got bullied at school quite bad, and then she suddenly, I think she just disappears. I don't think she dies. She just disappears, and then the school starts rattling, people start getting worried, and then next thing you know, the school has been transported to another dimension, and there is all manner of creepy things going on. I'm not going to say too much. Like I say, a lot of these are going to be really short, and you probably think I'm not talking about them enough, but I also don't want to spoil anything for you, because the whole the excitement of horror is, you know, the fear of the unknown, and I think you guys going into it blind would be a better experience than me just sitting here telling you exactly what happens, and then you probably won't, you know, enjoy these things as much as you should. But Misao, I've been playing it the last couple of days. I've not filmed any of it. I might for the second channel. If you haven't checked out my second channel, that is Mahonia Gaming. It's where I go and play a load of games. I'm playing some Dark Souls at the moment, so if you want to see me die a lot, go and check that out. And last but not least, I want to talk about obviously the other game from Sen, and that is Mad Father. Mad Father, a bit different to Misao, is more of a survival horror puzzle game. So if you really like your puzzle games, but you know, you want to be scared a little, definitely check out Mad Father. Simple premises. you are playing as a young girl who her mother is sick or presumed dead, and you're currently living with your father and the housemaid, who they're both a bit suspicious, and there's some weird things going on is all I can say, and basically you need to solve these puzzles to find out what is going on and what your father is up to. Anyway guys, I thank you for watching. I hope you have a great Halloween, and check some of these things out, they really are worth it. If they weren't worth it, I wouldn't have put this video together. So yeah, stay cool, have an awesome Halloween, and I'll see you next time.